If you ever wonder what kind of photography you are destined to do, well, let me tell you something about myself and what kind of photography I do around here in my studio. The story is not so difficult. I came across one camera one day and then I finally got it. Okay, doing photography is something that I want to do as a career for a long time and as long as I keep enjoying it. So it was a difficult time at the beginning because I wanted to try a lot of different kinds of genres of photography and then finally come into my senses and say, okay, this is the type of photography that I want to keep doing. So nowadays, now that it's 2026, the kind of photography that I really enjoy doing and something that I pursue everyday life, well, it's doing portrait photography, documentary photography in different kind of settings. First, I like doing portraits here in my studio because it's a different kind of vibe that I can provide for my clients because it's a place that it's quiet. I have my equipment, a lot of things that I can work around and create something meaningful for every client that I have. But I also enjoy doing photography outside and also for my clients. There's something that I got to do this past year that really got me very interesting in this side of photography, and it's doing portraits but for companies, for different enterprises. And that is something that if you like doing portraits, I recommend that you give it a try. Doing photography for other people and the kind of photography that I like, that is doing editorial portraits for companies, for freelancers. First, if you want to get into that vibe, you have to be very aware that you will be working with someone that also has hopes and dreams for what they are doing. As yourself, they want to give an image to the outside of the things that they can do. So this is something that I did in the beginning with friends. Some of their doctors, like the veterinary that keeps my dogs healthy, another friend who is a psychologist. So this kind of photography really helped me to understand what people desires in terms of their public image, how they want to present themselves outside. So if you want to create this type of photography, well, talk to them first. That's what I always do. I don't always jump into taking pictures of someone. The first thing that I want to do is to talk to them about what are the images for, if they are going to be for a website, if they're going to be for social media, what they want to achieve with having these kind of portraits that can help them increase their image outside and maybe attract new clients. So I was telling you about last year that I got the chance to do portraits for a large company. And that was a really nice experience. And that was a great experience for myself because I don't always get to work with clients that are really established or that they have a large amount of employees. And it was interesting in terms of the pace of doing things because I had limited time to work with them, so everything had to be very planned. And other thing that I really enjoy is that I got to work with other creatives, part of their team for social media. So it was a conjoined effort in creating the type of content they needed for their enterprise, for their company. When I got to the place that I was hired to do all these portraits and documenting every process from the factory, I was very excited to meet everyone and to see if I really was cut for this time of work. Believe me that even if you are very experienced in photography, in doing things, when you get outside from your comfort zone or work, from the place that you usually work, you have to be very aware of the challenges and the things that how you are going to work around something if it's not something that probably you expected. And I mean, problems or issues come around, even if you don't want them. I was very lucky that I could work there very easily because the place, I mean, I love places where they manufacture things because I love the noise, the texture, the light of these old old places. I mean, because they've been around for a lot of years, where people are moving things around, and it was very interesting. What I did is that I took everything I imagined I could need for the photo shoot, because I was hired to do photo shoots of their workers, their people around them, like the main characters around the factory, and to document processes and the people that work in specific areas, and also do photo and video. So everything worked out beautifully with the images, with the video, and getting to know the processes, the people that work, and all these characters that made my day really, really enjoyable. So if you want to work in this kind of environments, I think that you should create images that speak to that kind of content that you want to create. Because remember, what you show outside, it's what people are going to hire you for. So it's if doing documentary, editorial photography, or any other kind of photography that you want to be hired for, that's what you have to show outside. At the end, the experience doing editorial photography, documentary photography for this company, it was one of my greatest experiences doing photography, because it was something that showed me that this is really what I want to be doing a long time, and this kind of photography. Don't get me wrong, other genres of photography are equally valuable if it's something that you like doing. In the beginning of my career, I experimented with other genres of photography, and it was okay to say, okay, I don't want to be doing this type of photography anymore because I don't enjoy it, I don't like it. So if you are going to be pursuing photography as a career, first of all, try a lot of genres of photography, different types of photography, and you will figure out which one is the right for you, because it has to match your energy, the type of person that you are, the age that you are, and interests that you have in your own life that can be reflected in your own career as a photographer. I believe that if you really put yourself into knowing everything that you can about creating images and creating video and any kind of things that you want to offer in your own services as you work in your career, you can be very successful. Of course, you have to work really hard in terms of putting yourself out there and being honest about what kind of things you can do. I promise that as long as you practice and keep learning about photography, everything will become easier every time. And of course, if you want to be doing photography for a long time as a career, you can make it. But you have to work towards your own goals. So I hope this inspires you a little bit on how to approach photography as something that you can create an income from, a living, a career, and something that will follow you everywhere, because it's not something that you, when you stop working for someone else, photography stops. For me, photography is something that follows me everywhere, because I really like creating images for my own life, from my family, the things that I like around, just as an entertainment, as a hobby. And when you start with something in photography, you will keep experimenting lots of things, not only with digital, maybe other kind of photography or something besides photography. Take it from someone that has been doing photography for, I think, more than 15 years or something like that. I lost count. That every time you take your camera and you put yourself in the mindset of creating images for a purpose, you will become wiser and more knowledgeable about the craft, and you will be much more confident every time that you create an image either for yourself or for someone else. And remember that if you like this kind of content and keep sharing our experiences about photography, follow me here on YouTube and on my social media. I'm always there, and see you the next time, and keep doing photography.